Let's talk about iframes, and yes, this is some duct tape over here because in a way I consider iframes to be the duct tape of web design. Yes, iframes come in very handy, and I'm going to give you a good reason or some good reason to use iframes, and they're very easy to use, and I think they're very powerful also. So for an iframe, you can put different web pages in a web page, and specifically you can put certain portions of web pages in a web page. And I'm flipping back and forth between WordPress and Joomla and these other things where I would like total control, but sometimes it's hard to totally control another environment. So sometimes I would just like to bring in my comment forms and my search things and just put in the little comment box from WordPress into my regular website, and maybe that's all I want. So iframes help me do that. The basic code in an iframe is this code right here, and if you go to the Dreamweaver Insert drop-down menu, you'll see iframe, and this is what it's going to give you if you click it. And I can't give Adobe enough credit on this because they don't give you much of a clue as far as what you can do with the iframe tag. So if you play around and do searches for iframe, here's your basic code. You can set the width and height of the iframe that you're bringing into a page. All you have to do is in the iframe tag put in your source code, where the page is coming from. If it's coming from your site, of course, this would just be called page1.html or PHP. Frame border, you want to set frame border at 0 so nothing shows up around it. You close the iframe tag. And for you people that bring in videos from YouTube, if you go to the share button and click embed, well, YouTube's going to give you this code right here. You're going to select the width and height. Here's your source, quotation mark, where the video is coming from. They, by default, take the frame border to 0, and they, after the frame border parameter, they say allow full screen, which you can do also. Now, here's what I want to do. What I want to do is, let's say I'm in WordPress, because I'm going to start doing this more and more because I can control all of my CSS, HTML, PHP, but I can't control all of these themes that come in from WordPress, and a lot of times all I want is a certain portion of that page to go into my well-controlled site over here. Or even for clients. Clients want this. Well, can you do this and that? Well, I'm not sure, but I know I can do it in WordPress. And I'll just stick this thing over here and stick it in your page right here. So what I want to do is I just want to take this cell or div in some other page, and I want it to show up right here. That's what I want to do in my regular page. So to do this, what I'm going to do, here is the regular page. Now, if I go back, this red square here, if I'm in YouTube, well, YouTube, this video is showing up here at 0x0y, but that's not the case in my situation. If I'm bringing this in from a WordPress theme that's all set up, then the page already exists, and the thing that I want is right here. So with the iframe, what I want to do is bring this whole page in, but I only want this to come in, and I don't want it to scroll. So here's what we do. First of all, here's the HTML. iframe, src for source, the page that I'm bringing in. I have an ID that I'm bringing. This is very important. I'm bringing in an ID. That's a CSS thing that I've created. Scrolling, no, I don't want this thing to scroll. I close the iframe. Now here's the CSS that will be associated in this page called in this page over here. And I'm going to go into Dreamweaver in a second, and there are sample files for you to download. So in my other page where I'm bringing this thing into, I have a div, an ID called myDiv. It could be a class. Here's the width and height. Overflow hidden, so it doesn't show anything outside of this width and height. Position is relative to the page, no importance there. Okay, now here's the ID referred to over here, my iframe. Okay, now here's the deal. I want to position it absolutely, and you can download the sample files and play with this. Top is going to be down about 200 pixels. The left is going to go all the way over. You play with this, but notice I'm setting the width and height of this page because it's a full page, and all I want is this little 250 by 400 pixel segment to show up in this whole page called formpage.html that I'm importing. Now, you can get the sample codes by going to sillybilly.com/samples/iframe.zip as of today. Now, let's go into Dreamweaver and see what's going on. Here I am here, and I'm in Dreamweaver, and this box here, I just made a table to make this quick and easy, but I just made a table, and all of these boxes, I think each one is like 200 pixels tall, 250 pixels wide. Notice they're all different colors because I wanted to see if this was working, but I want this red box in this page called formpage.html. I want this red box that would have something from WordPress, something from somewhere that is stationary and that is not going to move next week because I'm coding this so that it is exactly this one box out of all of this is going to show up. So I go into the page where it's going to show up. In the samples file, it's called main page 2C form. And in my code here, you can see I've got my ID, and this is where you want to play with the absolute positioning of the page coming in. There's my CSS. I've used an embedded style sheet here. You can see it's in the head of the document. And then I come down here, and in the body tag, I've got my HTML, seeing what you just saw in the beginning. So if I'm in here, this isn't going to be very fancy, but if I come in here, go into design mode, I'm in live mode, and here it is. You saw my form page here, but now if I'm in live mode and I go over here, the only thing you see is exactly what I want people to see, which is the form, the search box, the comment box from some widget that is on a page in WordPress coming in to my regular site. Now you can use iframes for whatever you want. I mean, they're very versatile, but I hope this helped you get it done. And hey, give me a call, 415-839-0096, and we could be experimenting live, one-on-one, anywhere in the world. As long as your English is good, I'm good to go.